Suicidal thoughts, call it gurgle pain.
What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having an absolutely beautiful day today. We are going to begin our journey, begin our embarkment, our trip, our voyage, if you will, listening to the Velvet Underground. We're going to listen to their album, not in one shot, but kind of in one shot. We're going to listen to their album, White Light, White Heat, released in 1968. Before we get into it, because I don't want to delay the music. I don't want to take too much of your time. So I really don't know anything about the Velvet Underground. However, I've heard a lot about them, and so I would like to listen to them, basically. I've seen a few requests for the band, but I haven't seen a ton, which is kind of just a reminder that sometimes I just want to explore a band on my own. So I would like to explore and listen to this band that I've heard so much about. Now, as a kind of disclaimer, a long time ago, I had listened and reacted actually to their song Sweet Jane. I'm just being 100% honest, I don't remember it at all. I know it's not on this album, but I don't remember the song at all. So there's that. Last time when I did react to Sweet Jane, it did get blocked. Not that it matters for these videos because they're going to be edited anyway, but just so that's out there as well. Otherwise, I'm really excited to listen to this album. I've heard so many good things about it, and yeah, I'm just excited to listen to it. Don't forget if you're interested, I do have shirts. You can get one if you'd like. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Let's go ahead and start this album. Hope you guys are interested. Hope you're here for it. Let's go ahead and begin with the title track, White Light, White Heat. We'll talk about it afterwards. Let's go.
White light going with the fine line. White light come upside your head, gonna make your head ache on your
Okay, I can't say as of yet, but I feel like this is going to be one of those albums, perhaps, or at least a song, that you're studying its production and stuff. What is with all this staticky, white noise, like, sound that's going on? The guitar is just like this noise. It's really staticky on top of this kind of standard rock and roll blues track, like very 60s, obviously for its era, 50s even. So they have this kind of interesting sound as they're playing something kind of conventional for the time, but then layering on top this really, really heavy distorted guitar that is really just more noise and more noisy than like a certain kind of refined distortion. And I'm not saying that's a bad noise, because it's interesting what they're going for here, depending on how, you know, the rest of the album kind of forms and evolves from here. It has something of a little bit of an avant-garde kind of not psychological, psychedelic feel in the noisiness of it, especially with the ending there, which it just kind of like sounded like it was repeating the same notes over and over. It got a little bit trippy. It sounded like the record was like skipping and repeating just in that one place, just kind of running in place before it finally ran out of fuel at the very end there. And then the vocals, I feel like there was a slight carelessness to them. And I mean that from an attitude point of view, not from, you know, disrespect towards the lead singer. I feel like there's a little bit of a carelessness in there that I don't want to say sounds punk, but it has that same energy to it. Which, remember, all of the history around the band and all that stuff, I don't know. So this is all me just throwing it out there. Maybe something to stick. But maybe this is their influence can be felt and heard from here moving forward in other bands in that genre. Perhaps. I don't know. Let's get into this a little bit, though. I did think some of the lines were interesting here. White light going messing up my mind, and you don't know it's gonna make me blind. All white heat, it tickled me down to my toes. Oh, have mercy while I have it, goodness knows. I'm just imagining this is probably about drugs, right? He repeats those again. White light, it's gonna drive me insane, tickle me down to my toes. White light, and I surely do love watching that stuff shoot itself in. Okay. Let's watch that side. Don't you know it's going to be dead in the drive? Hey, Foxy Mama, watching her walk down the street. White light come upside your head, going to make a dead end on your street. So, I don't know this for sure, but if you think about older style blues and rock and roll tracks that it's kind of performing in the same style, usually the lyrics are a little bit more romantic, lovey-dovey, bright-eyed, kind of naive to the world. But these lyrics, while it does still have a little bit of a positive kick to it, there's also a habit that needs to be kicked along with it. If it's about what I'm guessing. White light, she surely do moves me. White light, watch that speed, freak. Watch that speed, freak. Everybody gonna go and make it weak every week. Sputter, mutter, everybody gonna go and kill their mother. So yeah, I'm really getting a big drug culture here, perhaps heroin, as I see, just because I see it on the side here on the webpage, that heroin is another song. I don't know if it's on this album, but it's another song from the band. Now, I don't know this for sure, so don't take my quote as knowledge or truth, but the lines, white heat, tickle me down to my toes. How do I word this? When drug users occasionally use drugs, don't they sometimes stick it in between their toes or in between their fingers or like something like that? Like either to hide the mark or there's a reason, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But isn't there like some sort of evidence towards that? Like perhaps that's why he's referencing down to my toes. Or it could of course just be the high and the feeling from top to bottom. Could be. Let's look at the Wikipedia page for this particular track. It says that the song's vocals are performed primarily by Lou Reed, with John Cale and Sterling Morrison performing backup vocals. It features a pounding rock and roll barrel house style piano vamp. What is vamp? In music in ostinato is a motif or phrase that persistently repeats in the same musical voice, frequently in the same pitch. So I guess it's just continually playing the exact same thing in the exact same pitch. It's just over and over and over. I didn't know that's what vamp meant. I don't know what I thought vamp meant. The song is about the sensations produced by intravenous injections of methamphetamine and features a heavily distorted electric bass outro played by John Cale over a single chord. Yeah, that's when it felt like it was kind of continually skipping there. It says this bass solo purportedly mimics the throbbing ear-ringing effects experienced during the methamphetamine rush, which is actually really interesting. So through their music, specifically through John Cale's bass, they're emulating that same sensation. That's kind of cool, and that is totally psychedelic. That is really, really cool how they did that. It says that Reed went on to perform the song with several notable musicians, including David Bowie, Metallica, and the Raconteurs. That is really cool. Awesome. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next track, but that'll be in another video. So for now, my friends, thank you so much for being here. You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you're enjoying the ride. I mean, it just started, so. But let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. Thank you as always. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.